Hello, my lovelies. I wanted to take a minute to just drop an extra video for you guys. I've been asked about some of the easy ways that we can make small changes that will improve our nutritional uptake, our digestion, and things like that. So I'm going to give you today 4 very simple food combination rules and some ratios to help you do just that. As far as food combination rules go, we here in America tend to do things quite opposite of how our body actually digests. So, very first thing I want you to remember is do not drink with your meals. Anything more than 2 to 3 ounces of any kind of liquid with a meal dilutes the gastric juices and weakens our hydrochloric acid and our stomach acids, making it more difficult for the body to break down food as we're digesting. And typically what happens then is that we just feel full and bloated and overly stuffed after eating a meal when we've had a lot of liquids, because that does take up space as well. So 30 minutes prior to eating, stop drinking. 30 minutes after eating, resume drinking. No more than 2 to 3 ounces of liquid with a meal. And just to put that in perspective, a shot glass is typically about 1 ounce to 2 ounces, depending on whether you're getting a single or a double. Rule number 2, fruits are eaten alone. Now, apples and dried fruits are the exception to this rule because they break down a little bit differently. However, all the other fruits digest very quickly. And what will happen if we consume those fruits with other foods is that we create a traffic jam in the stomach. Because the fruits digest so quickly and other foods break down much slower, the slower digesting food will slow down the fruit and it will be stuck in the digestive system, still breaking down the way that it does, but in a place where it's not supposed to be. And so we will experience bloating, gas, discomfort, and just general upset in the digestive system, as well as us reabsorbing some of those toxins that are let off through the breakdown process, the digestive process of those foods. They begin to let off methane gases and other types of things that, if released too far up in the digestive tract, will reabsorb through the intestinal walls. And then we begin to create what's called autotoxicity, where we are poisoning ourselves because our food is not going through the digestive system as quickly as it needs to, and we're retaining some of that. So wait at least 20 minutes after consuming fruits before eating other foods, and at least an hour after eating other foods to consume fruits. Again, apples and dried fruits are the exception to this rule. Dried fruits have been dehydrated and their enzymes have died off, so they take longer for the body to break down. They take long to begin to, disintegrate in the digestive system. Apples, on the other hand, are a unique item, and it is my theory that apples break down slower than other fruits because they are in fact an herb. I say this because in one of my herbology classes, we had an entire chapter that we studied over the course of 6 weeks devoted entirely to apples and their medicinal properties. So that's my theory with apples. Those two, apples and dried fruits, you could combine with other slower digesting foods. Rule number 3, veggies go with everything except fruits. And again, apples and dried fruits would be the exception to this rule. Veggies are the perfect accompaniment for any other type of food, with the exception of fruits, in creating a healthy, balanced meal. And finally, rule number 4, This is the one that people tend to have the hardest because in our society in America, every meal is created this way. And unfortunately, it disrupts our digestion. So rule number 4 is never, in capital letters, flashing red neon sign, never combine a protein with a starch. And these are easy foods to point out. Your proteins are typically your brown and light brown foods, and starches are typically white. So if you're going to have a protein, have it with a veggie. If you're going to have a starch, have it with a veggie. Wait at least an hour in between having a protein to have a starch, and vice versa. The reason for this has everything to do with how our body breaks down these particular foods. When we consume a protein, there is an enzyme that we release called lipase. And lipase breaks down protein molecules, particularly animal proteins. When we consume a starch, we release another enzyme called maltase. And maltase breaks down the starches. When we consume proteins and starches together, both enzymes are released at the same time, and they cancel each other out. They neutralize each other. So immediately in the mouth, we have incomplete digestion or interrupted digestion. And when the food gets down to the body, maybe 20, 25 minutes later, we all of a sudden feel tired. We need a nap. That, oh, I just ate, I need a nap feeling. And what that really is the body saying, really, really, guys, like, you ate all of that. You gave me all this work to do, and I don't even have the right tools. All right, fine. Shut everything down because I need that extra energy to do this work. That's it. That's how simple healthy eating can be. Now, as far as creating a nice healthy plate, I tell people to maintain the 60-10-10 rule. And what that states in that rule is that 60% of your total diet needs to come from fresh fruits and vegetables, mostly vegetables. 10% or less animal product, that would be meat, fish, dairy, and eggs, and less than 10% grains. And that's grains of any kind, whether it be pasta or whole grains or breads, anything made from a grain product. If you maintain that, which, yes, I understand is completely opposite of the food pyramid that we have or what we've been taught for the last 80 some years. But if we maintain that, then we are ingesting and utilizing much better quantities of nutrient-dense food that feeds, cleanses, repairs, maintains, and vitalizes our body. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the little bell so that you're notified every time a new video drops. And until next time, guys, be kind to yourselves, be kind to each other. Have a great day.